Given two sets A and B, a set with elements that are ordered pairs x, y, where x is an element of A and y is an element of B, is a relation from A to B. A relation from A to B defines a relationship between those two sets. A function is a special type of relation in which each element of the first set is related to exactly one element of the second set. So, bibigyan ko kayo ng mga halimbawa ng mga real-life scenario kung saan ang function ay makikita. So, first is the area of the square is determined by its side. So, we say that the area, so in this case, the area is the output, okay, is a function of its side length, which is now the input. Another one is the velocity of a ball drawn in the air can be described as a function of the amount of the time the ball is in the air. And the cost of a mailing package is a function of the weight of the package. So this is now the formal definition of a function. A function f consists of set of inputs, a set of outputs, and a rule assigning each input to exactly one output. So take note of that, no? Kailangan iisa lang talaga yung kanyang output. The set of inputs is called the domain of the function. The set of outputs is called the range of the function. So halimbawa, i-consider natin itong function f, where the domain is the set of all real numbers and the rule is to square the input. Okay, for example, the input is x is equal to 4. So ang rule ang rule no ng sinusunod ng function, bawat input, okay, ay isi-square mo para maging output. So in this case, we square x, so it becomes x squared or 4 squared. So substitute x is equal to 4 here, and that is just equal to 4 squared or 4 times 4, that becomes 6. Okay, so kung ang input naman ay x is equal to 2, ang rule ng function ay isi-square itong input. So that will become x squared is equal to 2 squared is equal to 4. So for an input x is equal to 2, the output is 4. So the concept of a function can be visualized using an input or output device. So imagine na meron kang device na parang may pinasok ka doon, and then that will be interpreted by this device, and of course magkakaroon siya ng output. So for example, no, sa let us say photocopier, so yung input mo ay yung ano 'no, yung papel na ipo-photocopy mo, dadaan siya ng parang photocopying machine, and yung output niya ay yun na yung papel na photocopied. Okay? So previous example natin na yung input natin na x is equal to 4, dadaan ito ngayon ng function f, and this function f will square. So lahat ng papasok sa kumbaga lahat ng papasok ng box na ito ay kanyang i-interpret, no, or kanyang i-square para magkaroon ng output. So if the set of input or domain is this set 1, 2, 3, 4, then the set of output or the range will be 1, 4, 9, 16. So kunyari, ipinasok natin itong 1 sa machine, ipaprocess yan ng function, ang kalalabasan niyan ay square ng 1. So ang square ng 1 ay 1. Kung ito naman 2 ang ipapasok natin doon sa machine, isi-square yan siya ng function. Okay, so that 2 squared will become 4. Then this 3, okay, papasok yan siya dito sa function, isi-square yan siya, Okay, ang result niya is 3 squared. Ang 3 squared is equal to 9. And then lastly, kapag itong 4 ay papasok dito sa machine, magkakaroon siya ng output na 16. That is just the square of 4, which is this one. A function maps every element in the domain to exactly one element in the range. Although each input can be sent to only one output, two different inputs can be sent to the same output. Okay, so tingnan natin itong 1. So 1 is the input and that is sent to the output. Ito yung output niya, 6. So nag-iisa lang siya. Okay? Itong 2 naman is sent to the output 4. 3 is sent to 2 and then 4 is sent to 2. If you observe, itong 3 and 4, that is 3 and 4, yes. That is sent only to 2. So, pwede yun siya no, sa function na kahit dalawa yung kanyang dito, yung input, basta iisa lang yung kanyang output. Ang hindi lang pwede sa function ay kung meron kang isang input dito, isi-send mo siya sa dalawa, no? Kunyari, ito isi-send yan siya sa, let us say, 0. Okay, take note that 1 is sent already to 6. Hindi siya pwedeng magkaroon ng another output na 0. So, bawal yon kasi ang sabi ng function, exactly one element lang dapat ang mamap doon, no, sa iyong range. Now, for our notation, an input x is assigned or mapped to an output. Of course, kailangan talaga yan siya na ma-map no, sa nag-iisang output. So, for our notation, that is f of x. So, itong f of x, that is the output when x is the input. So, in our previous slide, this one here, okay, the input x is equal to 4 and the output is equal to 16. Using this notation, ibig sabihin nun, ang f of 4 is equal to 16. So, ito yung input, ito naman yung output. And the function is the function f. Another way to view function is by plotting the points on the xy plane. So consider a function with domain 1, 2, 3 and the range 1, 2. Okay, so yung domain natin will be on the x-axis and our range will be on the y-axis. So we consider this one. So this point here refers to the coordinates 2 f of 2. Ibig sabihin ang 2 dito is the input and f of 2 is the output. Ibig sabihin nito, this is the output of 2 under the function f. And, okay, so 2 f of 2 is equal to 1. Kasi nga, no, so kung mag-draw ka ng vertical line dito, ayan, and then horizontal line. So dito, sorry. So the y coordinate, okay, corresponding to this point is 1. Kaya yung f of 2 is equal to 1. Now for this coordinate, okay, 3f of 3. So yung 3 naman ay i-draw tayo ng horizontal line. Sorry for that. Okay, so 3. So the output, okay, f of 3 is equal to 2 and that refers to this one. And for 1 f of 1, okay, this one, that refers to the coordinate 1, 2 kasi ka-level niya lang itong dalawa na point. The independent variable is x and the dependent variable is y. So, ang tawag dito no sa variable na ito, so yung mga input, ang other term niyan ay independent variable. While the other term for the dependent variable is itong y, no, this is this is a dependent variable because it depends upon the value of x. So dito naman ang mayroong given no na rule. Okay, this rule here, the rule of the function is 3 minus x. So yung input mo, ibabawas mo siya sa 3. That will be the output. Okay? That's the rule. And our domain is just 1, 2, and 3. We will evaluate ano-ano yung mga um, ano-ano yung mga outputs. So for the input 1, okay, that is f of 1. So i-replace natin lahat ng x dito, no, ng 1. So f of 1 is equal to 3 minus 1, or that is just 2. F of 2, so lahat ng x dito, i-replace natin ng 2. F of 2 is equal to 3 minus 2. Okay, so 3 minus, that's 3 minus 2, oops, equals 3 minus 2. Okay, and that is equal to 1. F of 3 naman, that is equal to 3 minus 3, or that is equal to 0. So we can rewrite this one using the ordered pairs. So 1, 2. So ang input kasi natin no ay 1. The output natin is 2. So in here, take note that the input or the independent variable is on the x-axis. So ito yung sa ano natin, sa x natin. And ito naman is the output. The output is on the range or on the y-axis. Okay, so take note of that, no? Because this is ordered pair, kailangan talaga mauna yung x. And then yung next is the y. Okay, so 1, 2. Okay, so that corresponds to this 1. And for f of 2 is equal to 1, pwede natin niya siyang isulat na 2, 1. Ito naman, you can write this one as 3, 0. Now, plotting these points to the i-plot natin na ngayon siya dito, no, sa xy plane. Okay, so for 1, 2, okay, this is 1 for x, 2 for y. So mag-draw lang tayo ng vertical line and horizontal line. So that intersection is the point 1, 2. Now for 2, 1, 2 for x, then ito yung 1 sa y. So yan, this is now our intersection. It's the point 2, 1. And then for 3, 0, this is the point 3, and 0 is the x-axis. So you have the point 3, 0. Okay, so this is now the graph of f with domain 1, 2. Another representation of a function is by means of this table. So this means that, okay, f of negative 3, this is the f of negative 3 is negative 4. Ito yung input, ito naman yung output. Okay, this one is, ibig sabihin nito, the f of 2 is equal to 1. Ibig sabihin nito is f of 4 is 5. Ito naman, the f of 8 is 7. So the other way to read this, no, the image of 3 under f is negative 4. The image of 2 under f is 1. The image of 4 under f is 5. And the image of 8 under f is 7. Each of these tables represent functions. We have just to make sure na walang isang input na nagkaroon ng dalawang output. So, dito na table, makikita nyo no, na sa input na 3, meron siyang dalawang output. So, hindi pwede. So, this will not qualify as a function, while the rest are functions.